MERCS is a miniatures game of copper skirmish set in the near future. In this universe, multinational global system mega conglomerates, or megacons, replace governments in many countries. Traditional armies are folded into special security divisions and given the handle Military Economics Reconnaissance Counter-Security, or MERCS in short. In the MERCS miniatures game, players pick a megacon and a specified number of MERCS to battle. In our example, a 3 vs 3 game is about to start. One player has chosen CCC. He chooses the leader, the heavy, and the demo. The other player has chosen Texaco. He chooses the Jaguar, the sniper, and the ranger. Each MERCS miniature is accompanied by a card. The card lists the specific MERCS' statistics and the kits the MERCS have, as well as any personal abilities. Before the first round begins, players determine their deployment order. Both players roll a 10-sided die. The player who rolls the highest deploys first. In this example, the CCC player rolls 9, and the Texaco player rolls 8. The CCC player deploys first. The CCC player takes one MERCS and places it within the width of one movement card from the table edge. The CCC player places the demo. The deployment alternates to the next player. The Texaco player chooses the Jaguar and deploys him. Then, the CCC player chooses another miniature to deploy. This alternates until every player had deployed their miniatures. Then, the player with the lowest starting roll may change the deployment of one of his MERCS. Once he is done, the player with the next lowest roll changes the deployment of one of his MERCS until all players get to redeploy one of their MERCS. Any player may choose not to redeploy their MERCS if they do not wish to. In this example, after the initial deployment is done, the Texaco player, who rolled the lowest to deploy, gets to redeploy one of his MERCS. He chooses to redeploy the sniper. The CCC player then gets to redeploy one of his MERCS. He decides not to redeploy anybody. Then the first round begins. A game of MERCS is played in 6 or more rounds. Each round is split into 3 phases: Initiative Phase, Action Phase, and Refresh Phase. In the Initiative Phase, players determine the order in which the MERCS will activate. A player declares the miniature he's rolling initiative for, then rolls a die. The rolled number may be modified up or down up to the MERCS initiative modifier value. In this example, the CCC player declares that he will roll for the demo first. He rolls a die, resulting in 4. Since the demo's initiative modifier value is 2, he may move the initiative up or down up to 2. He decides to move his initiative down by 1, changing his rolled 4 to a 3. The Texaco player then chooses the MERCS to roll initiative for. He chooses the sniper. He rolls a die and gets a 1. Since the sniper has an initiative modifier value of 1, he decides to move his initiative up by 1, changing it to a 2. The players alternate picking a miniature and rolling initiative until all MERCS have an initiative value for that round. The round then moves to the action phase.